Listen, Watch Dogs Legion could potentially be my game of the year. Welcome to this video, my friends, of some early access of Watch Dogs Legion. This is the beautiful city of London, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of a guide, a little bit of a walkthrough of my gameplay, playing through this game, my experiences thus far, playing small snippets of an early version of the game. An early version live streamed to my PC. Pretty crazy. Now, this is beautiful London. A quick little introduction for you at the beginning as we jump into one of my favorite things about Watch Dogs Legion, the Fight Club. Now, I'll keep the resolution as it was because I was playing it on a laptop. It was a little bit jank in some cases, but I wanted to be honest. And some of the voices, some of the accents, the Fight Club is a perfect combination of all those things. The London grittiness that you guys think we're all posh tea drinking. There's a good mix in London. The commentator is one of my favorite bits about this as well. So yeah, I definitely wanted to highlight this as one of the main points because this is something that I just would have skimmed over normally. And I've also had to censor some of the things out because this man has a potty mouth, to say the very least. It's beautiful. So the Fight Club is a few rounds and then you get a boss, as per se, and they all have this special ability.
You think you're hard enough?
And I think my guy, honestly, the first time I heard him speak, I was just so, why is he speaking like this? It's this stupid accent that I always just, I love it. It's so fitting. But this guy cheats and he brings people into the ring and everyone has their own abilities, sort of thing. Some people drink vodka and it regens their health, and some people like the cheers. This guy calls in backup because he's bad. It could be. It is potentially the win. Now, this guy, he's significant for later in this video. But as you can see, he's got a crowbar. He's a dirty cheater as well. And here comes my favorite line of the whole thing. But it's all friends. It's all good. We're friends. I picked his hand back up, no problem. Now, after the fight, you get greeted with this screen, which practically lets you choose any of the fighters because they're all randomly generated, I imagine, or whatever, and you can save them to your potential list of people that you want to hire into it. But I think that gives you a good idea of like London's accents and everything, and I think that's why I wanted to show you it first. Now, the car person in me would like to talk about these cars because they're not real cars, quite frankly. They're very obviously. This is probably one of the reasons that a lot of you guys watching this video have clicked on the video. This is one of the coolest cars I've seen thus far in Watch Dogs Legion. They've all been crafted and created by the developers themselves. The handling is very much open world handling, not racing game handling. It's second thought, it's afterthought, as you will. The top speed gets hit very quickly. It does have a good lie about making you feel like you're still accelerating at times, but it's London. London is tiny. If you go 60 miles an hour in the streets, you are speeding. And that's another good thing to bring up, is that they've captured London pretty well. A lot of it is still wider than actual London is, or wider than a lot of the actual UK is. But quite frankly, it's enough room to smash through with a bus, with a big old stupid horn, and you know full well that this is going to be used. I love the bus so much. The horn is just so, very disruptive. Now, this game allows you to do things that you can't really do in the real world. For example, have a swim in the Thames. Now, if you did this, you would definitely end up in the hospital. And I ain't talking no, like, corona level illness. There is 1,000% chance that you will die swimming in this water. And you can do it. Now, it does look like there's poo in there, but no, it's just very, very dirty because of the mud. And there's many stories about people drinking a little bit of the water in the Thames and then ending up in hospital for a long time. So, again, you can take the opposite and go for a nice little tour around London, which is something you can do, a Thames tour of London, looking at all the beautiful magical buildings that have been modified to fit the theme of the future a little bit more. And then, after I'd had my little adventure down the River Thames, I decided to park up my boat and smash it into the dock. And I came across this interaction that was going on. These people being held at their will, so I smashed his head in. Quite frankly, that's what you go and do. Now, what's cool is most Watch Dogs people that you join your posse, your legion. Generally, what they do is they don't like to actually harm people. They'll just use tasers and stuff. This man don't care. He runs in with the crowbar, and I save those people for later. Now, remember what I said about the fighter man earlier? There he is.
You beat Clan Kelly's thug in the ring, right?
Mike, I can't get over my guy's voice. My guy.
No problem. I'm always ready to crack some skulls.
Nah,
So basically, we went on to do his mission. Is where we are now.
Keep them busy as long as we can.
Right. Whoever you are, thank you. I'll owe you for this.
That man has a more normal voice than my character. My character has a teenager Londoner voice. It's very bizarre. Now, looking back at this footage, quite frankly and obviously, I was supposed to fight them off. The gang. There is a gang in London on this. There's a few gangs, I think, to do with London in this game, and I love that. I love that they've gone for that, because the gangs in London just seem so scary and outside and outwardly. But anyway, I realised that I was supposed to kind of shoot them off. I didn't realise that until watching back the footage. Doesn't matter, it still worked. Play as you want and all that malarkey.
Yeah, let's do it.
So he's joined my legion, my gang. He's now joined my gang because we helped him. So that's basically how you acquire people. So then if you die in the field of battle or you stand around and die purposely, you can now switch to your new operative and have a little play with them, which I think is awesome, because any players you like, you can have a whole squad of roadman sounding Asian dudes if you really want to, and I love that. And I just went around bashing people's heads in, because why not? Now, I've not even touched upon the missions yet. We touched upon the side missions with the little characters that you can hire, but here we're talking about scary kind of business. Now, the missions in this game hooked me. Okay, I really didn't want to stop playing, to be honest, and I played for a long time on the first day. There are bodies laying here. They're chopping up. I don't want to reveal too much, but there's some scary human trafficking stuff going on in this story. Now, of course, there's always the old style of Watch Dogs missions where you've got puzzles and the like. That's usually how they activate things, and that stuff is all still there. But let me introduce you to one of the mob bosses, because she is a piece of work, and I love her so much.
Look at the state of you.
What have you done?
What have you done to yourself after everything I've done for you?
You made me a slave. All of us.
Pretty deep stuff in this game.
Let me go. Take this thing out.
Back to your old life.
Back to nothing. Back to you. 2.5 screaming blighters in your dead-end job and sucking off the dole.
If you're from the UK, you would appreciate that. You already know. There's so many references and stuff that you guys are going to learn. We all know references from American culture, from everything. Like, we are so... Our TV, our entertainment, our music, everything, our life revolves around American entertainment. But now, this game is going to introduce you, some of you, a little bit into the London life. You know what I'm saying? Basically England, and just words and phrases. You're probably not going to understand some of the phrases, and the fact that they've done this, because these people are not, the developers are not from London, the developers are not from the UK. They don't even not understand most of these words. They've just asked someone, what references can we use, like what research can we do, and they've done a cracking job in terms of the accents and stuff. The accents of London are so varied, absolutely varied. The people of London are so varied. It's the perfect place to do it. It's kind of like the closest you probably know is New York, but I would say it's more diverse than New York. And the place, I'm biased, but London's my favorite place to be. There's always something going on, always something to do. I think they've captured that very, very well, and I'm very excited to just drive around the city of London, helping people out, or the opposite, because I could be a massive baboon. Watch Dogs Legion is coming out this month, which is pretty crazy indeed. I'm very much looking forward to playing this. I'm definitely going to do some videos on it, do some challenges on it. Hopefully you guys pick it up as well, because I would love to partake and share some experiences with you guys, because again, I know there's a lot of stuff in here that quite honestly would probably educate you on the life of Brits. So let me know your thoughts on Watch Dogs Legion. Are you going to be picking it up? Are you waiting for the next gen version of the game? Are you going to buy it and upgrade it? There's a bunch of different ways you can play Watch Dogs Legion. I honestly thought it wasn't coming out till next year or something, but this game looks like the game of the year to me right now, because usually at the end of the generation, there's not much big happening, nothing big game-wise, and boom, here we are, Watch Dogs Legion. It's ticking all of my boxes as a perfect sandboxy, fun game that I think is going to have a cracking story too. Be sure to smash like, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you next video. Until next time, peace.